What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. And in this video, we will be going over once again another EZA concept video. And in this video, we will be looking at TEQ Super Saiyan 2 Gohan from the BoJack movie. So I don't even know for real if this is a high possibility to be EZA anymore. I mean, I was very excited for the 2024 Worldwide Download Celebration. I was expecting tons of EZA, tons of movie heroes, tons of movie bosses, EZAs, and it's not, so far in part 1, it's not what we've seen. We've seen one EZA, and we're already about to move part 2 in around a week or so. So I'm very disappointed of what I've seen so far from part 1. And I'm just really hoping that part 2 somehow kicks it up and gets what we wanted to see. TEQ Broly, this movie, EZAs. I mean, you can do STR BoJack if they want to do it. It doesn't even have to be BoJack movie for part 2. Like, they can still EZA movie characters since they already EZA Turles. That's obviously not a Broly movie. So I'm assuming that they are still willing to EZA some movie heroes or movie bosses category characters that I'm really hoping to see in the celebration, but so far not showing it. So I'm gonna have to kick it up and start throwing out these EZA concepts that I'm wanting to see in this very dry worldwide download celebration. Worldwide download celebration, very dry, by the way. So we're just gonna start it off. We got our dude pulled up over here. We're gonna talk about him, but first we're gonna look at what he originally can do and what I decided to change up. So his leader skill, movie heroes, Key +4, 130%, and then Super Tech Key 4, 100%. So not good, obviously, but we're not even going to be running this guy as a leader. So this is not really a big and important piece. His passive skill is attack and defense +58%. Gains an additional Key +1 per key sphere obtained. An additional 7% attack and defense per key sphere obtained, plus an additional attack +58% when performing Ultra Super, medium chance of launching an additional super attack, plus an additional attack +59%, and attacks become a critical hit when performing Ultra Super attack if HP is 58% and less, with a movie heroes category ally whose name includes Goku on the team starting from the 5th turn from start of battle. That's hell of restriction, by the way. That's such a long thing to say. So for this line right here, he's getting 59%, all crits when he performs a super, if 58% or less, and also having a movie heroes category Goku on this 5th turn. So this is just trash. I mean, obviously this guy's old, so we can't really judge him. And he came out in 2020, so coming up on 4 years old here. So obviously it's about time he's due for an EZA. And that's what we went ahead and did today. So we're gonna hop over there in just a sec after we go over this. So his active skill is the same condition as the last line here, which is not good. And then he gets Key 12 and 59% attack for a turn. And then his 12 key raises attack and defense for 1 turn, and just defense for 1 turn on the 18 key. He also lowers defense on both. And then that's about it. So we obviously gave this guy a juice, and we're gonna hop over there right now. So his leader skill is just the same, but I just bumped the 130 to 150. But once again, you're not using him for a leader skill, so you don't even have to worry about that. His 12 key, I made just raise attack and defense for 1 turn. Causes colossal damage and greatly lowers defense, so we kept that the same there. And then the 18 key, we made him raise defense and then raise attack for 1 turn, causes a little mega colossal damage to enemy and massively lowers defense. So we kept all of this the same, but instead we made him infinitely stack defense and also raise attack for 1 turn on his 18 key. So if you're wondering why these conditions are kind of like iffy, you'll see on why I made these conditions these type of way, because of the way I built him. If we were to make it like infinitely stacking on here or infinitely stack this, it would be broken. So we had to kind of balance it out by making it like this. You'll see when we get there. Active skill condition is, I'm gonna say, can be activated when 70% or less, when HP 70% or less, with an ally whose names includes Goku on the team, or starting from the 5th turn from start of battle. So what I did is I kept it the same, but I took the movie heroes out of the Goku and made it 70% or less, and then I separated it. So instead of you have to do all of this 5th turn of start of battle, I separated it for just the Goku and then or 5th turn start of battle. So much better, much better. And then what the active skill actually does is key 24, and then it gains attack and defense plus 70% for 1 turn. So instead of just attack, I also add defense on there. You might need if you're in a bad situation, possibly. When we start going over this guy, you might start thinking he's iffy at the start, but I'm going to explain everything, why I built him, how I did, and what the purpose was when we finish up. So here's the passive skill. Let's go ahead and hop into this. So passive skill, he's going to gain key plus 3, attack and defense 145%, plus an additional key plus 2 per key sphere obtained, attack and defense plus 40% per orb obtained, plus an additional attack and defense plus 10% per orb obtained if the key sphere is TEQ. So if you get, so when I was making this, when I was doing the orb stuff, I was mostly thinking of 7 orbs, because 7 orbs is usually like a good amount that you get commonly. Like every now and then you can get 8, 9, 10 if you get like a good change, but I was just thinking of 7, so this would be 280, and then this would also be 350 when you get the TEQ orbs. So this would be bumped up significantly and we do tons of damage. I'm gonna keep the attack on the Ultra Super. We bumped it to 65% though, and also for the turn. So the reason I put for the turn is because I don't know if this is like permanent or something, or like every time he does it or something. So it's probably not, because he's old, but I just clarified it. So every time, well, when he does it for the turn, he gets an additional attack plus 65%, and then an additional attack plus 15% for the turn when doing super attack. So say you do 2 super attacks, 30% attack for the turn. Simple as that. High chance to perform an additional super, and then a great chance to perform an additional super when a movie hero's category character is on the turn. High chance to perform a critical hit, and if HP is 50%, if HP is below 50%, all attacks become crits for the turn. So he just has a regular 50% chance to crit, and then if you're low 50% HP, he'll just crit no matter what. Movie heroes, allies, key plus 2, attack and defense plus 50%, and an additional key plus 1, attack and defense plus 25%. If character also belongs on full power or all out struggle category. So I did look at the movie heroes full power, movie heroes all out struggle before this to see what it would be on there, and there's good units on there. Beast Gohan was on there, the new trio is on there, and there's a couple other units on there that was nice. I think Orange Piccolo was also one of them. So a couple units are going to get this buff when you're running them. He reduces damage received by 4% per orb obtained, which you might find crazy, but when you look at this guy, he doesn't have any like big defensive mechanics, so I went ahead and threw that on. And the also reason I had it originally at 5%, but what I realized is an upcoming line. Well, go ahead and finish that. We'll come back to that. Attacks effective against all types when key is 24. And if HP reaches 30% or below, turns all orbs into TEQ key spheres. So this line right here is kind of like Broly Chile Lemo, which was actually kind of like the inspiration behind this passive skill, or behind this EZA. I kind of like based it kind of off them better. So what I was talking about this line, I had it originally at 5% damage reduction per orb, but what I realized in this line, 23 orbs is what the field is. The whole field is 23 orbs. So if it was 5% and you were below 30% and then grabbed the whole thing, he wouldn't be able to take damage. So you'd kind of be like Jiren. So I just bumped it down to 4%, and it would still be 92% damage reduction. So you're still pretty much not taking damage, but I didn't want just to make it over 100% damage reduction, if that makes sense. And then he changes random type key spheres to TEQ. So just randomly changes orbs to TEQ. So, and then guards all attacks when facing a movie boss's category enemy. So this guy is just kind of like a Broly Chi Lemo. He's a nuker. So if you have the orbs, he also changes orbs, obviously. So if you get the orbs, he's going to be insane. So what I was talking about, why I made him how I made him. like I was talking about before we got into the passive skill. I made this guy considering him after the LR, Goku, Gohan, and Trunks. So this guy is supposed to be ran with them. This is how I kind of wanted to make him here. So I didn't just throw him 30% damage reduction standard and keep this, which would be insane. So this guy is built in a way that he's meant to be ran with the new LR Super Saiyan trio, if that makes sense. So because they give that defensive support, that's why I didn't just like give him guard or just give him damage reduction. I gave him restrictions to it, so you have to do a certain thing to get it. And if you don't get it, that's why you have LR, Goku, Gohan, and Trunks with him. So if you end up, don't say you get like 2 orbs or 1 orb and you're not getting much, he's being ran with the LR, Goku, Gohan, and Trunks that are going to give him that defensive support, so he doesn't lack on the defensive side. So it's not like he's just insane, but when the time comes and he doesn't get the orbs he needs, then you have a character that's going to give him defensive support anyways. So that's kind of what the inspiration behind this passive skill was, just to make him someone that's going to be ran with the LR, Goku, Gohan, and Trunks. So that's kind of just what the thought behind this passive skill was, and this EZA in general. And then now you look back at the active skill, the TEQ plus 24, attack and defense plus 70%. This is like, if you have bad orbs when you get to his turn to grab orbs and you don't have orbs, you might want to pop this so you can at least have some survivability, if that makes sense. So I'm actually very proud of this EZA. I like how I built him. He's not too crazy, but can get really, really crazy with the 40% and 50% attack and defense per orb if it's tech orbs. He can get really, really insane, especially with this line right here. If reaches 30% or below HP, he changes the whole field attack, which is going to be 50% attack and defense per orb obtained, and it's 23 orbs, which I did the calculations. I think it was 1.1 thousand attack and defense. He's going to be so insane on that rotation. And also, it might be easy to reach, because like if you don't have the orbs and he gets a little bit of damage, he might help you get to that 30% restriction. So I'm really proud of this EZA. I think he's a really nice character. And he's just meant to be ran with that Goku, Gohan, and Trunks. Let me know your thoughts, anything you would change or anything that you didn't like or liked about this EZA concept. Thank you guys for watching. We are probably going to drop, or maybe, I know we're going to do 1 more today, EZA concept, maybe 2, and maybe if I find certain characters I want to do them on, we might do 3, but that's kind of pushing it. So we might do 2 today and 2 tomorrow or something like that. But that's going to be the video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching and so much for the support. I love you guys so much. We're on the way to 200 subscribers. So thank you guys so much for the support. Keep it up. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Smash the like button for more videos like this. And we will catch you in the next video. Peace.